Hey y'all, welcome to the Trademark Like a Boss show. I am Radiance Harris, founder and managing attorney of Radiance IP Law, and I help emerging businesses protect, monetize, and grow profitable brands with trademarks. And today we're going to be talking about monetizing your IP. If you are watching live right now, drop in the comments, say hello, let me know where you're watching from. If you watch the replay, be sure to drop that hashtag replay so I know that you checked it out later. So we're talking about monetizing your intellectual property. So when I use the term IP, that means intellectual property. So what a lot of businesses and people don't realize is that you can generate passive income or basically generate an additional stream of income from your intellectual property. And your intellectual property is made up of four essential things. So there's four categories when you hear the term intellectual property. That's the umbrella term. It encompasses trademarks, which protect your brand. So trademarks would protect your business name, your brand name, your logo, slogan, podcast name, event name, anything that serves as a source identifier for your business, meaning when your prospective clients and customers see it out in the marketplace, whether it's your business name or your logo, you want them to automatically think of you, your products and services, and not those of your competitors. So a trademark serves to distinguish your products and services from those of the competitors. The next category is copyright. So copyright protects your content. So all of the content that you're out there creating, videos that you're recording, podcast recordings, training materials, any documents that you're drafting, photographs, websites, all of that would be covered under copyright, because copyright protects the content. Then you have trade secrets, which protects anything that's meant to be proprietary, kept a secret in your business, such as a secret formula or recipe or business process. That would be considered a trade secret. And then lastly, there are patents, which protects inventions. As for myself, I am well-versed in trademarks, copyrights, and trade secrets. I do not handle patents, but in any event, you can monetize any one of those four categories when we talk about monetize your IP. And so what that means is leveraging the content you've already created, your expertise, and packaging it in a way that can generate income independent of you actually having to show up and be there. And so I'll go into a little bit of examples of that later as to what that means. So essentially the first step, if you're looking to monetize any intellectual property that you may have in your business, is you need to take an inventory. So you need to do an audit and see, what do I have going on in business? Like, what potential trademarks do I have? What potential copyrights do I have? What potential trade secrets? What potential patents? So you'll want to really break it down and do an inventory and look at everything that's going on. I definitely help my clients do this. I also have a free audit that I'm happy to share with you if you're interested in downloading it. You just text IP audit to 66866 and you'll receive my free IP audit that you can do independently on your own to identify your potential intellectual property for your business. So it's a free resource. You just text IP audit to 66866 to receive my free IP audit. So that's the first step, is identifying what that you have. It's meant to be broad, so include anything and everything in the list. And then of course it can be narrowed down. Once you've identified that, then the next step would be to protect the intellectual property. So identify, out of all the things that you've listed, what is the most valuable to your business? What can you really leverage right now, today? And then take the steps to protect it. Because you can't monetize or license anything that you don't actually own. So identify it through doing an audit, dump, an inventory, and then take the steps to protect it. And so there's different processes there's a different process for trademarks. You want to secure the trademark with the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office. Copyright is a different process where it automatically sticks, but you can also secure copyright protection with the U.S. Copyright Office. Trade secrets is mostly protected with contracts. So you want to make sure certain contracts are in place. And then patents you would secure from the U.S. Patent Office. So you want to make sure that once you've identified those things, that you take those steps to actually protect it before you can then make money from it. And you can make money from any of those categories, as I mentioned before. So what are the benefits to monetizing your IP? Well, for starters, you're able to make money while you sleep. So you essentially are working hard one. So you're taking your expertise, dumping it into a digital product or a program or what have you, and then it's just automatically making you money without you having to do anything or provide any one-on-one services or anything like that. So that is the one benefit to monetizing your IP. The next benefit is that you're able to maintain control and ownership over these assets. So you are still the intellectual property owner, and you are essentially licensing or renting your intellectual property to third parties based on a set of rules that you have defined, based on the scope of use that you've defined. And so that's crucial here, is that you still maintain full control and ownership over your assets, but can dictate how they're used by third parties as you are making money. The next thing is that it provides a unique marketing edge. And so your intellectual property is already unique to you. It is your secret sauce. And now you can leverage that in ways that make you even more unique in the marketplace compared to your competitors, because you're offering a secret sauce or program method that your competitors aren't. And so it's definitely an amazing benefit to monetizing your IP. Another benefit, and I'm just checking on my notes here, make sure I don't miss anything, is it's a low risk business opportunity. So you really have nothing to lose by already leveraging the content and stuff that you've already created and then making money from it. So it's a very low risk business opportunity. There are a lot of business owners out there that are risk adverse. And so if you are, this is the way to go, because there isn't anything to lose. And then nextly, there's potential for really large return on investment. So the initial investment is quite low and very, very low risk, but the potential for getting a huge ROI is pretty big. So that is the beauty of monetizing the intellectual property that you already have, that you've already created, that you're already known for, and using it to generate additional income in your business. So I'm going to provide you with a few examples of ways that you could be monetizing today. And so one example is you could create a digital product or course. Again, leveraging your expertise that you already have, all the information that you already have, pulling it together, creating a digital course, and just selling it on autopilot. That is one way that you can monetize today. Another one is creating a training program for your signature framework or method. A number of my clients have special programs or frameworks where there are third parties who are paying my client to learn their method or framework so that they can then go out and teach it in the world. And so that's another thing. So if you're known for something or have a specific training program and want to be able to train others. So if you think of, like, for example, Bikram yoga is a good thing, or a good example, where it's a certain way of doing yoga. You have to go and pay the big bucks to learn how to actually do Bikram yoga or teach Bikram yoga or open a studio. Meanwhile, he's collecting like 10 grand, 10 G's a month, teaching the same thing over and over to people. And so that is one example of a way that you can start monetizing today. Another example is if you have a license, if you have created software, licensing that software to third parties to use. Again, you've already created the software, Now you're just racking in the big bucks, just making sure the software continues to be updated and useful. But for the most part, you've already done all of the hard work and can leverage that. Another example is you can license your brand, your photography, your artwork to third parties to be used on products. So, a lot of times, so I've had a client who is known for like creating, let's just say, handbags. So they're known for handbags, that's what they specialize in, but they work with a third party and license the use of their brand to then be used on those sunglasses. So they're licensing the use of their brand to be used on sunglasses. You can do the same with artwork. So maybe you're an artist and you've created all these beautiful images. You can license the use of your images to be used on pillows or t-shirts or calendars or in storybooks. And again, you're being paid for this. This is work that you already own and that you've already created that you can start monetizing today. Another example, that people who create like group coaching or mastermind programs, that's another way to leverage your expertise, leverage the materials you already have, in teaching people how to do a skill that you are good at. You can teach them to do that, leveraging your IP. And another small way of doing that is writing a book. Easy, that's kind of a really low-hanging fruit way to monetize, is writing a book in an area that you are known for, and then selling it and just reaping the benefits of that. And then that could actually lead to a lucrative speaking career and all kinds of other things. So there are a number of ways that you can start right now leveraging the intellectual property that you have today, that you've already created. Doesn't require any additional work other than just really identifying what it is that you would like to start using and leveraging to create additional income, what makes sense for your business, what makes sense for the direction of your business. So I hope this was helpful and kind of giving you an overview about what it means to monetize your IP, what IP is, how do I go about identifying your IP, and then how to go about protecting it in ways in which you can then potentially monetize it once you do. So if you are interested in, doing a deep dive with your intellectual property and ways that you can monetize it in your business and ways that you can protect it, I'd be delighted to speak with you. You can schedule a strategy call through our website, which is radianceiplaw.com/book online. I would be happy to help you monetize your IP to generate additional income in your business. So thank you guys so much for tuning in to today's show. I hope you found it useful. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments. Feel free to shoot my team and I an email at hello@radianceiplaw.com. We would be happy to serve you. So enjoy the rest of your afternoon. Until next time, take care. Bye.